Do you want to know what's happening around the world of sports? Look no further than The Bench with your host, Blaine Owl.
Welcome back, everybody. It is February 11th, a Tuesday. We are back live on The Bench. It's going to be a great episode. We got a lot of new things to talk about that haven't been talked about on the show very often, so I'm excited. We're going to first start off by mentioning that tonight's boys basketball game is home at Garber Gymnasium here in Piqua. Should be live broadcasted on the Indian Nation station, so tune in. Make sure you watch the boys' last home game as they take on the Fairborn Skyhawks. And I also want to mention that the girls did take a hard-fought loss last night to Fairborn. Tyler Yeomans had suffered what appears to be a season-ending ankle injury against Troy last Saturday. They also took a loss against the Trojans. That was tough to call, especially after Tyler went down. I kind of just lost my energy because knowing that seeing a player like that, that's tough for a team and tough for a player, specifically a senior, to go down like that. So, definitely shout out to her. Hopefully she gets better. I know she's going to go on and play college basketball somewhere in West Virginia. So, she's got a lot ahead of her, but hopefully she gets healthy and rallies behind her team because they're going to need, just her spirits to push through this tournament without her. We're going to hop right into the MLB. Pitchers and catchers have reported or are going to be reporting by the 17th. I did see most teams have already been, throwing now. Spring training's on the uprise, and then, we got the early games coming up. Just before we're going to know it, spring's going to be here. Baseball is one of the most exciting sports that we have. I play baseball myself. I've been playing baseball my whole life. It's fun, especially when you're winning. It takes a lot of practice, though. Baseball doesn't get the credit that it deserves sometimes as being one of the hardest sports on the planet. I don't care what you say, hitting a baseball 90 miles an hour plus from 60 feet away is the hardest thing to do in the planet. And I'm not saying that high schoolers face that very often, because very rarely do you face a guy that throws 90, although I have before, and let me tell you, it was, again, the hardest thing I've had to do in any sport that I've played. Not to mention pitching, catching, throwing, all that just takes a lot of practice, as in with any other sport. But specifically, the MLB this year, obviously we're coming off the Washington Nationals, World Series, 2019 World Series win. We're being, surrounded with the Astros 2017 championship, scandal with the mics, the camera zooming in on the plate, seeing the pitch, telling them what's coming. That's all been coming out the last couple months. Big scandal, kind of not good for the name of baseball, if you ask me. Don't agree with it at all. Very unlikely that they escape without any serious punishment. They've already had to fire the manager, the owners, step down, all of that stuff. So they did hire Dusty Baker to come in and take over the team, while Alex French, AJ Hinch, is suspended for the whole season, not just, a part or something. He's gone for the whole season. And I assume he won't be back because in an interview that I did see, it seemed to know like he knew what was going on. He kind of just didn't say much. In other news around the MLB, Ohio's very own Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians are going to be back at it again this MLB season. The Reds are something to look out for. Hopefully, I feel like I say it every year. I just want to cross my fingers, because they've been finally making some trades. They've got some pitching. They have one of the best pitching staffs, I think, in the MLB. They got Bauer, Castillo back, Amir Garrett out of the bullpen. They got some guys that can throw. Not to mention they've signed a couple bats here or there. They have a lot of young players. Looks like they are going to keep Nick Senzel. That was on the big question mark list of if he's going to be traded, young talent. But he is going to be staying. We'll have old Joey Votto back. We'll have Suarez, the big power hitter, hit for I can't remember exactly how many home runs, but he was up there on top of the league for amount of home runs. So I'm just hoping that the Reds can finally put together that season, because last year they started off slow, got hot, and then they would just split series, and maybe they would lose some here or there, and it would just not work out in their favor. But I think with the new signings and stuff, they get some people here or there. Hopefully, like I said, I'm praying that the Reds become good because I haven't really seen them good in a long time. Maybe since I was a kid, to be honest with you, and I didn't even, don't even remember that much. So I'm hoping the Reds can be good this year. The Cleveland Indians are always going to be good. They've always are in the discussion, but something that's going to hurt them is that Mookie Betts and David Price trade. Mookie is heading to Los Angeles. He's going to join the Dodgers, just become another powerhouse. We'll talk about them in a second. But the Indians, they'll always compete. They'll always be good, always in that battle with the Reds for Ohio. I'm looking forward to seeing those two teams play. As we head to that trade that sent Mookie and David Price to the Dodgers, that is just crazy to think that, Cody Bellinger and those guys are going to add another outfielder, another massive another MVP type caliber player in Mookie Betts. With Kershaw already on the mound, they have some ridiculous athletes that have played the game a long time that know how to play, and they're kind of young, to be honest with you. Mookie's not too old, Bellinger's not too old, so those guys are going to, put together. Corey Seager is still at the Dodgers. Guys like that are just going to, attract each other to want to play, and that's what happened in this trade. And look out for the Dodgers yet again for this season, the 2020 season. I feel like we say that a lot all the time. Look out for the Dodgers, but hey, nobody's been that team. I feel like other than the Dodgers the last 10 years, I feel like every year since I've been a little kid, it's been the Dodgers either in the hunt for the World Series or in the World Series. So, look out for the Dodgers. They're going to be a good team. Another couple things from around the MLB. Like I said, pitchers and catchers have been reporting. Personally, the Piqua High School baseball team has been doing winter workouts. If you are watching this episode and you want to know when tryouts are, tryouts begin February 24th for Piqua Baseball. High school tryouts, February 24th. I'm not sure what they run to. Usually it's almost a 5-day week. So if you are interested, show up, be ready to work. This year's Piqua Baseball team is going to be young, a little inexperienced. We do have 2 seniors. One that won't even be able to begin our throwing program for another 6 weeks because he's been out with a shoulder injury. We will have starting pitcher, 3-year varsity player Iverson Ventura back. Me and Iverson will be the only 2 people with pitching, varsity pitching experience, and then Cameron Deal when he comes back. But like I said, he'll be out almost until right up to our first game. He'll be out. So we'll be a little inexperienced, have a lot of young guys coming up, a lot of great young talent that have been playing together for a long time. And that's one thing that is so important in baseball. You play so many games in a season. You got to form a special relationship. And that, you can say that for all sports, but I feel like in baseball, you've just got to have that bond with your teammates to really excel you and your team to the next level. And I think that with the guys that we have coming up and the returning members that we have, that we can form, a good bond, that we've been playing together for a long time, and that we can really do something good this year. But we've really got to work because, lacking an experience, it's completely different from JV to varsity or even freshman to varsity or wherever you're coming in. Varsity baseball is a completely different experience. The pitching is way better, way faster. Guys locate, they have a better off speeds. Everything about varsity level baseball is just different, and it takes some time to adapt to. And if we don't adapt quickly, then we can be put in the hole really quick. But I think we're going to be a great baseball team this year. So stay tuned on updates from Piqua Baseball. As we head to the only football that we're clinging on to for a while now, the XFL, the new league. It's brought back. Former players from all around college are in there. Michigan's Tyreek Kennel, a safety, a 3 or 4 year starter for the Wolverines, is on an XFL team. Old 12 gauge from the Ohio State Buckeyes, Cardell Jones, is commanding a team. It was just good to see some football, some different rules. Me and AJ were talking that the kickoff rule, the conversions, stuff like that is just different. It throws you a change, and you kind of like it. It's a little different. You enjoy it. I did see quite a bit of highlights. I did watch the team out of Washington, the one that Cardell Jones plays for. The defenders right there. I did watch them for a while. I saw them throw a touchdown pass. Pretty cool. Just, it's also a great opportunity for players like that didn't make it to the league to get out there and do what they love, because there's nothing more that they wanted to make it to the league. They just fell short. but this gave them an opportunity to do what they love and show their talents, on live television, live to the world to see. And before you know it, they could be getting a call from an NFL team being asked if they want to have a contract or something, and that could be the break they need. So congratulations to all those guys for sure. I know they're having a good time. It's a lot more let loose than the NFL, which is cool to see those guys be able to have fun and do their own thing. With that being said, the Piqua wrestling team's match from last Thursday against Sydney did get canceled, sadly, so I'm not sure if that's rescheduled. AJ, you want to hit me with an update on that real quick? Okay, not going to be rescheduled, so that is done for. No match there. Lance Reeves-Hicks, the big man, did pick up his first Division I football offer last night for Bowling Green College. He was offered a Division I scholarship to play defensive nose tackle for the Falcons, so congratulations to him. Many more to come. I know that he's been working for that a long time. Congratulations to him. Keep working. And, I'm excited for him. Like I said, he's got, big talent in him. He's just got to, find that potential and show out this year. With that being said, I think we're just going to have an episode, since today's Tuesday, we didn't do one yesterday. We're going to have an episode on Friday, so not Wednesday and Thursday, take that off, and have a big episode on Friday Oh, you're right. Oh, no. Yeah, there's actually no school on Friday, like AJ said, so we'll do an episode Thursday, which will be just perfect. We'll take off tomorrow and get back at it one day from now. Friday, though, boys basketball at Troy, final season game. The last game is home for them tonight. Like I said, it'll be live on Indian Nation Station, but the final game of the season is at the Trojans. Friday night, 7:30, be there. There hasn't been a theme yet, but look out for a theme being posted on Twitter. Get there, get loud, support our Indians as they take on the Trojans. Try to split the series 1-1. They got us here last time, but we've been playing some good ball lately other than that loss to Greenville. I don't really want to talk about that much. But we did find out who the boys are going to play in the first round. Also, they take on West Carrollton, and the girls also are going to take on Miamisburg in their first round. So wish the girls and boys basketball team good luck. With that being said, we will see you on Thursday back here on the bench. I'm your host, Blaine Newell. Hope you guys have a great day, have a great week. Thanks for watching.